Alright, y'all, I am back with another video. I wanted to again just try to stay consistent, and I really kind of wanted to make a kind of a recap over the Top Step X platform, kind of my experience using the platform, as I am pretty impressed with the platform. Originally, I was not too enthused, too excited about Top Step forcing everyone over to their Top Step X platform. I really was pretty comfortable with Trade08 and the TradingView system that I kind of had in place. So this has been, I guess, pleasantly a pleasant surprise is what this has been. So I want to go over the first trade that I took on the Top Step X platform, and just pretty much do a live trade recap. Hopefully this can be helpful to whoever is watching, and I think these videos are definitely helping me kind of fine-tune my strategy, if you will, and just kind of continued proof of concept. So anywho, I wanted to go over this trade on MNQ, so the NAS, and in fact, I guess I will slide out to the day chart. I spent I think almost 3 hours last night marking up both Top Step X and TradingView. So I do have pretty much the same markups on both charts. So I will go back and forth between the two more than likely. So anywho, I am on the day chart here. So there was a day order block, which you can see kind of created with this bearish candlestick and this bullish candlestick here. Price pushed down into this day order block and was showing that it was pretty oversold here. This is the two-day RSI, relative strength index indicator, here at the bottom here. And so on the first, which was, it's crazy, I'm over here forgetting days and stuff, it's just insane, because it's already the 4th, so that would have been Friday. So on Friday, price was oversold at this 10-point mark. I'll go ahead and just drop down to the 4-hour chart, but you can see the Fibonacci retracement here marked out by these price levels right here on the side, and I believe that is a day inefficiency that was right here. So that was kind of the overall top level market structure. As you can see, we're basically just having a retracement into this level here. And let me see, on TradingView it may be a little bit easier to see because I believe I had a zone there. Yep, and this is the 4-hour chart, but as you can see, we had that same day order block. Excuse so much being on this chart, but this is the markup chart. So anywho, had that day order block, and then we also had a zone which served as support and resistance right here. So this gave me a lot of or basically provided basically supported my bias that the market price would be moving bullish. So also, so after that day order block, we did have a four-hour order block that was created right here. If you can kind of see with this bearish candlestick, and then the bullish candlestick here formed an order block, and it looks like it's basically it kind of just retested this inefficiency and then went ahead and pushed upwards. We also had a break of the 4-hour trend line here, and a break of what is this day trend line here. So and I mean, basically all that's saying that to say is that price had broken these trend lines and had pushed down into this area, and so I was expecting a retracement at least to this level, and then pretty much my bias on the NAS, basically the overall US market is bullish, so I do kind of anticipate price coming above both of these trend lines and continuing to push upwards. I believe we really needed a retracement after having or seeing highs on Thursday of last week. So There was a sell-off. I think there was an issue kind of with the tariffs that kind of spooked the market a little bit, and so there was that sell-off, but obviously we have rebounded. And from a technical perspective, I was bullish because of the day order block and this support zone here that basically is serving as support and resistance. So in traveling on down off of this trade, so this large trade right here was basically me marking this up on Sunday. I would have liked to have gotten into a trade on my personal account, but unfortunately I did not have enough funds, having kind of blown my trading account last week. Basically kind of just trading too many strategies on that one account. I was trading crypto and the NAS on that account. So it was just wasn't really a good situation. So anywho, I was not able to enter into this long swing trade. And as you can see, it's pretty much following my analysis as of right now. So anywho, I'll go ahead and travel on down the chart just to kind of show you again the thought process on this trade, behind this trade. So, because I don't think I marked up like a 4-hour breakup structure on this one. Looks like I only see the 1 hour on both charts, but we did have these 4-hour inefficiencies here. So we had the one right here, which price blew through that. That was my first take profit area. And then we also had a 4-hour inefficiency here as well, which I also looks like I took profit right there at that 4-hour inefficiency mark as well. And then we finally hit what would have been my third take profit level. So I'll go down to the 1 hour so that we're not making this video too long. But yeah, we had a breakup structure right here. Candlestick basically, or price basically broke the previous lower high on this candlestick here, on this bearish candlestick here. I did also, I kind of didn't want to, I guess in essence, I did wait for price to basically break this lower high, because once I got into the market this morning, I did enter right here. I did not enter again last night off of right here. I waited until the morning and then continued on up, but we did get a break of this lower high as well, and then price came back down and pretty much retested that. And I will go ahead and just draw that up just so you guys can see. So we had that break structure right here. So that's an additional break of structure. That 1 hour break of structure, price pushed up above that and then came back down, created an order block on that 1 hour, and then we were able to continue to push up. Now, I was basically trading the 5-minute and the 1 minute chart. You can see that trade live. Basically, it is on my YouTube channel, so you can go ahead and see that if you want to see how I basically put in the trades live. But again, I did enter in off of that 5-minute chart. You do see too, there was a break of structure on this 1 hour, trend line here. Because I don't think I discussed that, but there was, that basically we were trending down, price was trending down. And again, we got a break of that lower high there, 1 hour break structure. We also had this 1 hour order block, if you can kind of see here. So I could have entered in kind of right here. It would have been more or less up here, and then, followed the trade upwards. But again, I got in over here. So off of the 15-minute chart, so this is pretty much this morning, after, kind of waking up and after placing these markups on Sunday, there was an additional 15-minute kind of break of structure. Well, I guess I drew that up on Sunday, but there was a 15-minute break of structure right here. If you can kind of see, this is a bearish order block here. And so basically on the close of that, I drew this 15-minute break of structure trend line. Price basically, as you can see, broke above that lower high, came back down and retested into what would have been, or this 15-minute order block. I'll go ahead and draw that up as well, just so you can kind of see. So came over there, came back into this zone of this 15-minute order block, created another 15-minute order block, and then price pushed on upwards. And so basically I drew this 15-minute trend line this morning just to kind of show that price is kind of following this trend. And so once I got over here, where I actually put in the trade, I guess I didn't actually, oh, this is, I guess maybe what I just marked up the hour, but it's kind of hard to follow just a tad, but let me just get down on the chart that I actually was on. So this is a 5-minute chart. So that 15-minute trend line, I had already drawn that, and then I had recognized, I guess this morning around 8, I think is when I got in, this 5-minute order block. If you can see that, based off of this bearish candlestick and this bullish candlestick here, it did wick up here, which gave me kind of a good sign that we may potentially be, price may be potentially pushing upwards, and it looks like that's exactly what happened. So I did enter in, if you can see right here on these two candlesticks, which is better than what my, I guess my drop of, you know, this entry here was, and basically price followed suit, and off of basically this trend line here, kind of getting ahead of myself, but basically I drew this 5-minute trend line as well, just to kind of ensure that, or, you know, in the event that price broke below it, it'd be like, okay, you know, that we're kind of invalidating, you know, my thesis there. And so I'll just kind of show it on the 1 minute. Because that's the actual chart that I was pretty much trading. And so you can see how price was following the 5-minute trend line. We did kind of break below it, but it didn't really cause me too much concern because we did have the RSI down here. It's always so difficult. Basically, the RSI was oversold right here once it, you know, when it crossed that 5-minute trend line, so I wasn't too concerned. It was basically, I guess, around 14, 17. And so basically price did give me that close above the 5 SMA, which is my strategy in order to get into a trade. You know, on the 1 minute, that is my bullish signal. That basically follows my real plan or whatever the case may be. And so I felt good about holding the trade. And then we did kind of go into a little bit of consolidation. And then once 8:30 hit, we had all of that volume. And basically I took profit right here, which would have been the first 4-hour inefficiency area. And so you can see that I took profit right there for one. And then I also took profit up here again at that second 4-hour inefficiency level. So I guess it's not necessarily showing on this chart, but basically you can kind of see the high right there, or basically I guess I took it at the high. So I'll try to let that run. And I only traded with 2 contracts. I should have traded with 3 so that I could have allowed you know, the market to kind of do its thing and trail, because it absolutely came up and hit this 1-hour inefficiency and this 4-hour day inefficiency later. But I think this would have been, oh, actually, yeah, no, this totally all the way up until 12. So it was an amazing trade. As far as the platform, I really felt like it was a pretty smooth process. I was impressed. I really appreciate the DOM. I like the break even feature. That was nice because I didn't have to fumble around with trying to move the you know, the stop loss to break even. So that was very, very nice. And then I really appreciated the fact that, because on Trade Locker you can't actually save like your markups, like you can't make templates of your markups on Trade Locker just as of yet. So I appreciated that on Top Step we are able to save templates for our different, you know, markups, if you will. So basically I was pretty happy. So today or yesterday, basically this account went up $235. So pretty solid day. And yeah, I was pretty happy with it. Also too, Top Step has a situation where you can create order brackets. So that was amazing as well. I put in for one market order, and the order brackets immediately put in the stop loss and put in the take profit. So I was really pleased with the platform. Very smooth, can see everything. And I guess I'll just show the stats here very quickly. So 235 is what we're sitting on. Only taken one trade so far. Profit factor 1 as of right now, and the average win is 117. The first trade that I closed was at $67, so that's what it's showing right now as the worst trade. And then that second contract went and did $167, and basically I just kind of trailed that as price moved up on the 1 minute chart. So that's where we're sitting as of right now. Fees were 74 cents on both for both contracts. So yeah. So I'll see y'all in the next video. I hope this was helpful. And I would recommend the Top Step platform. I think it's pretty solid. It's pretty smooth. It's not delayed or glitchy, as long as you have solid internet. So, I will see y'all in the next one. Bye-bye.